Hey guys, this video is highly shortened and cut down because every time we tried to upload it, we got copyright strikes from NBC and NBC International because apparently, even though you use your own photos and you're talking to a person that's in the video, they can still copyright it. So we're putting up a shortened version on YouTube so you guys can hear some of our commentary, but we're going to put the full version up on our locals and our Patreon page. So if you want to see the full version and all of our comments, head over there. We'll put the links in the description so you can check it out and hear all of her behind the scenes basically comments about the situation.
I was interviewed for a show several years ago about a family friend, so this is us discussing the show and how I felt during the interview and the details about the situation. And anyways, we hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for following.
All right, thanks. Have a good one. Bye.
Evening, everyone. We are about to watch an episode of Snapped and react to it for you guys. It is Snapped, Season 21, Episode 9, and a little backstory. I won't give a whole lot of information right now. I'll describe it more later, but Laura Stelmasic is the woman that this Snapped episode is about. She's an old family friend, and she murdered her husband. They have a daughter named Samantha. She was 16 when her mom murdered her dad. That's just a little tidbit. And anyways, they were family friends. So listen along with us and I'll give you more information.
Yeah, I'm here too. Okay.
Hey, babe.
Look at that smile. That's not even a real smile. It doesn't reach her eyes.
That was at our house in California.
Ah.
My parents' house in California.
Born in 1966. Laura Harner grew up far from the desert Southwest.
Laura was a waitress at a restaurant that was fairly popular among Rutgers students.
And at work one night, she met a fellow student named Trey.
He was a football player. He's a nice-looking guy, very bright and well-spoken. He's got a great sense of humor.
The two began
He was
dating,
very bright and
but it
well-spoken?
didn't go well.
It was a very abusive
I'm gonna press X to
relationship.
doubt
He
on
would
that one.
verbally and physically abused her.
Maybe he was
Her father
well-spoken,
concerned
but he
about
wasn't
safety
bright.
and offered her a one-way ticket to anywhere she wanted to go.
Laura used that plane ticket to put the entire country between her and Trey.
She moved to the West Coast, California, and she became a dental hygienist.
Once settled in, Laura fell in love with Southern California.
You can be at the beach one day and end up snow skiing the next. There's just a lot to do here.
Especially for a single
Nothing,
young
I was
woman
just trying to
in
see
her
if you had your
early
mom's
20s.
eyes or your dad's eyes.
If you're into,
That's all.
going out and dating and
Because I just
partying,
noticed your
this
mom's
is
eyes
pretty
on that
much the
last
place
clip.
to be.
They're blue.
Yeah.
And it was while out one night in 1990 at the
My
place
dad
to be
has
on
brown
LA's
eyes.
famous
My mom's
Sunset
blue.
Strip
Mine are green.
that Laura
Yeah, I
first
know.
met
Because
Craig
you're a
Stelmasic.
redhead. That's all.
She met my brother
Yeah,
at a
you
bar
guys might not know
was
that, but she's a
Hugo,
redhead.
and the rest is history.
Actually, you'll see her on this
12
video.
years older than Laura. Craig didn't hesitate to make his move when he spotted her at the bar that night.
He was a manager of a musical instrument company.
He was working at the Hollywood store, and
was
all
Dad.
the celebrities were coming in. They were going to
What?
concerts. They were
Dad.
going to
Oh,
different events.
oh, I didn't see him. I missed
Laura
it.
was
That's
impressed.
okay. He'll be back.
And soon she and Craig were dating.
He would take her to concerts all the time because that was part of his job.
However, already in his 30s, Craig was looking for more than just the
Oh,
party
look at those
life.
80s glasses.
He wanted the ideal family. Who doesn't want that, you know?
And when he proposed to Laura after a year of dating, she said yes.
They got married on the Kauai in Hawaii, and the family flew over.
Once back in California,
Did you
Craig's
go to their
family
wedding?
did their best to welcome his
No,
new
I didn't know
bride
them
into the
until,
family.
We
after
went
their
on
wedding.
camping
Oh, okay.
trips. We would go out to the river and go water skiing. Everyone got along great. It was just a fun time.
And it was during one camping trip in 1994 that Laura said she had big news.
She announced to us that she was pregnant, and I was so excited for them.
That November, Laura gave birth to a daughter.
We knew
Sam.
that. We knew.
Greg and Laura was really happy when the baby was born.
Hey, there's
Laura
Dad.
was able.
We knew the Still Mesa couple before they had a baby, but we didn't know them well until after they had the baby because I became their full-time babysitter. So that's when they started hanging out with my parents too.
Ah. Oh, there's Sam.
Mm-hmm. First time I babysat Sam was when she was like 6 months old, summer of 95.
Okay.
Summer of 96. 96.
Well, no, because they said this was 94.
She was
so.
born in
94.
November of 94. Yeah.
So it had to be 95,
95
if she was
summer.
6 months
Yep,
old.
You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry. I had to think of that for a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the first time I babysat her.
Aw. She does have a Jersey girl nose. Laura does. And she got that Jersey girl hair.
I remember
Like the Jersey Shore show.
they went to a Halloween party without Sam when she was a baby. And so I babysat her. It was just up the street. And Laura was dressed as grapes, like purple balloons everywhere.
Yeah.
And Craig was dressed as a woman.
A woman?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like a really ugly woman.
An ugly woman. That's funny.
That was with a couple that lived at the top of our street in Corona. And they actually weren't friends for much longer after that because they had a falling out when Laura said she hopes you have a miscarriage to the lady that lived up the street.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. It started off with an argument about disciplining Sam.
Yeah.
And then it ended up, well, I hope you lose this baby and have a miscarriage. And that's when they stopped talking.
Wow. Yeah, I'd stop talking too. Seriously? You hope that I have
I guess that's like your first clue of what kind of
woman she
but
is.
what kind of woman Laura is. But when you hear that, like, okay, well, she must really hate her. You still like try to rationalize it.
Yeah.
Like if you're friends with Laura, okay, well then there must have been something more, or there must have, you know what I mean? Like because at that time I was watching both those women's kids.
Yeah.
Claudette was the one I told you that I watched her two sons, and her husband had a mirror on their bed. That was them.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The mirror above the mattress thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was Claudette, and Laura is the one that got upset with Claudette for disciplining Sam, even though they were friends. And Laura stopped talking to Claudette, and that's when she says she knew Claudette was pregnant, and she hoped she had hope she has a miscarriage. She ended up having a miscarriage, but
Oh. Yeah, that's the type of woman she is. But
at that time,
at
though,
the
you
time,
explain it.
yeah.
She's like, well, it was you think there's more to the story.
Yeah. And I mean, it's also like we try to.
And I was in late high school.
Yeah, that too. You were in high school. But also, we as humans try to give other humans the benefit of the doubt.
Especially ones that we're close to.
Yeah, especially people that we like, we know we're close to. It's just like, why did Johnny Depp stay with Amber Heard for over a year?
Yeah.
Excuse me, when she was clearly abusing him, because he always made an excuse for it or tried to give her the benefit of the doubt or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually you realize, but it takes a while. So yeah, that makes sense.
They found
So
a
Laura
lot
and
prior to
Craig
that.
decided to make a fresh start in Prescott, Arizona.
Get what we can out of the house. They made way more money than they paid for that house, just like my parents did. Not get what they can.
Yeah, but didn't they follow you guys out to Prescott?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that why they chose to move there? Because you guys were there?
Yeah.
Okay.
We moved there my parents moved there in 2004 because that's when Ethan was born. And they moved there in 2005, year after.
Okay. But
That's right.
yeah, they
'Cause Ethan
decided.
was born in 2004, and Raina moved out there like 3 months after he was born. So it would have been March or April. My parents didn't move out there until a year later, the following March, but they had already bought their house before,
Yeah, before they moved.
Yeah.
But like, Craig worked with your dad.
No, my dad worked with Craig.
Oh, your dad worked with Craig. Okay.
Yeah.
But then they moved out there because you guys were out there, or because your mom and dad were out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Well, not necessarily just because of that. They liked the area. They wanted to get out of California. And Craig just opened up his business. And then they went to go see it when my parents went out there. They went with them.
Yeah.
And I think they liked it too. So.
Okay. Craig opened his business in Prescott?
No, he opened his business in Corona.
Oh, okay.
And then when he got to Prescott, he just transferred the state license or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He opened his business in Corona. My parents were his first client.
Yeah. What did he make for them? Or what did he build for them?
A fence.
Oh.
He replaced a backyard fence. Because when my parents
In
put
the
their
house they're in now?
No.
Oh, the
The house
first
they
house
were
they
putting
had.
their house up for sale in Corona.
Oh, the Corona house. Okay.
The realtor told them they had to have the backyard fence fixed.
Okay.
So Craig gave them an offer.
Okay. So it was the house in Corona.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gotcha. I didn't know if it was the house in Prescott that I've been to. I mean, I've been past the house in Corona, but
Yeah.
I've only been inside
it,
and
yeah.
slept in the house in Prescott. So I didn't know if it was that house he put the fence on at that back alley.
Nope.
Okay. I gotcha.
My dad did that fence with Raymond.
Oh, okay.
It was just the metal part.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then they
I
put
gotcha.
in all the little fence posts or fence.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Not posts.
Yeah.
But
Posts or slats?
slats.
Yeah, the fence slats, yeah.
Because the posts are the ones that are in the corners.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The posts are the corner ones. The slats are the, yeah.
Sorry.
So, yeah, the fence slats they
All
put
right,
in.
we're just going through how we knew their family.
Yeah. This is just extra audio I can add in different places. Okay.
Last big surprise in the couple's
That's my
20-year
brother's
marriage.
jacket.
Do you listen to yourself on this show and think you sound weird or different?
Yes.
Or do you think you sound how you normally sound?
I think I sound how I normally sound, but I'm a little nervous because I smile at odd places.
Yeah, well, you have nervous smiling. A lot of people do that. They
But I
smile when
think I
they
sound the
shouldn't be
same.
smiling.
I don't know. My voice might be a little deeper
Where, on the show or in real life?
on the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say you sound pretty much the same, but in real life, the pitch of your voice is a little higher. I don't know if it's because of the way they had the mic set up or the EQ set up or whatever, but when I hear you on the show,
Yeah.
I can tell it's you because I'm just so used to your voice. Like, I know what it sounds like if you're excited or if you're a little sick and your throat is sore, so it's deeper, or if you're more excited, so it's higher. So I've heard your voice in all different pitches. So when I hear it on the show, I know it's you. I'm like, oh yeah, that's Renee. That's my love. I know what she sounds like. It sounds like she's kind of stuffed up though, or
Yeah.
something. But I know it's your voice. But yeah, it is deeper on the show. And like your
I
mom's
think that might
voice,
have been nerves
yeah,
in addition to.
yeah, it might be part of their settings and also nerves, being nervous. Your dad, his voice isn't as raspy on the show as it is in real life.
Well,
Like when he talks, talks like this, but it's not that bad, but you know, it's kind of more raspy than it is on the show. But he was also younger when he did the show.
Yeah.
He was younger when he
that
did the
was before
show.
Cancer.
Oh, okay. Well, that explains it.
Lung
That was
cancer.
before cancer, so
Oh.
yeah. That explains it. If that was before his lung cancer, then that explains it.
That's
His
where
voice
the
is like,
raspiness now.
yeah, it's a little higher and it's more clear. There's not so much raspy as it is now.
Mhm.
And then your mom sounds exactly the same, which is weird.
Mhm.
Because I worked
Yeah.
at the NSA for 10 years. I listened to so many recordings and real people's voices live over a line. Like, hearing your mom talk in person and then hearing her on video, she sounds exactly the same, which is very weird because that's not the case for a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people sound different when you hear them talk in person and then hear them on the tape, but your mom sounds exactly the same. That's very weird.
That is.
But, you know, if anybody was going to have that, I would say it'd be your mom. Your mom's weird like
I
that.
think it's her personality.
Yeah, I was going to say, your mom's personality is just unique like that.
Quirky and never.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've never seen your mom upset about anything, except for maybe once when Yuki wouldn't do what she said, and she's like, Yuki? And that was it. And she was like, I'm sorry, I didn't. I'm like, you're sorry, you didn't say anything.
Yeah.
She's like, but I got mad at Yuki. I'm sorry. I'm like, oh, Lord, woman.
Yep.
But yeah, that's your mom. She could make Mary Poppins commit suicide.
That's funny.
Ready?
Uh-huh.
They were met by
Yeah, because Craig was dead and Laura was running.
Samantha.
Lie.
And after dropping that bombshell,
Lies.
Laura had left the family home as well.
Mom saying they were very vocal with one another is basically the equivalent of saying it was like WWE Raw Thursday Night Live wrestling match. Mom's like, well, they were very vocal with each other. It's like, Mom, she stabbed him and he punched her in the face. What do you mean they were very vocal with each other? Well, they weren't that bad. Like,
That's funny.
your mom's hilarious.
That the room he was
I
staying
used to
in
walk past there all the time.
There were some bandages and things like that in the trash.
When I was staying
Had
at the
Morissette,
VIP.
or the woman that the police believed was Laura, possibly injured themselves in the deadly struggle that left Craig stabbed multiple times? The investigators weren't sure. In fact, they still didn't know just where the murder
Good
had
Lord,
occurred.
Prescott and Prescott
Although
Valley
the
is such
fact that
small
Morissette had been
towns.
staying just minutes
I
from
walk
Craig
past
and
there
Laura's house,
all the
left the
time.
investigators
Almost
wondering
every
if
day I
maybe
walk past that
they had
Motel
missed
6. Holy
something.
shit.
We needed
Sometimes
to,
I cut through their parking lot.
take a second look.
I've been part of this family for almost 4 years now. I have had many interactions with your mother and your father and your brother and sisters and everybody else. And if your mom says something was a little bit fishy about this, you did it. Your ass is guilty. If mom says, well, it seemed a little bit fishy to me because of, yeah, you
Why?
did it.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Just because that's how your mom is. Your mom is like the most innocent lady I've ever met. And if she's saying something was a little bit guilty or a little bit fishy or I thought he was a little bit fishy, I mean, your mom saying that is basically like me saying, yeah, I have video and audio of you. You did it.
Yeah.
I'm arresting you because you did it. That's, I mean, because your mom is so nice. She's just like, well, I mean, he had a gun, and the guy gave him all his money, but I don't know that he robbed him. It just seemed a little fishy to me that he had a gun. It's like, Mom, yeah, he robbed him. That's just how your mom is, babe. So if your mom says it was a little fishy, yeah, you probably did it.
That's funny. Laura was just very dumb in the whole thing.
Yeah, they
Just,
both
and
were.
she was recorded saying after the fact, "Oh, he's willing to take
Take the whole rap for
taking the
me.
whole rap." She was telling her parents that on the phone.
Yeah.
And that was recorded. It's like, why would he take the whole rap for you? What are you talking about? You're just implicating yourself when you talk like that.
Well, maybe she
If
didn't
you're
think
innocent,
that
it should be.
he did it. I don't know what's going on. I
Yeah.
want to get out of here because it was all him. He did it. Blah blah blah.
Not, he's gonna take the rap for me. What?
Yeah. But also, she probably doesn't think she's being recorded because she's stupid.
But she worked with the police department. That's what blows my mind.
Oh yeah, she did. She did a lot of volunteer work with them, didn't she? Yeah. She should have known she was
I
being
figured she
recorded.
should've known that stuff.
Yeah, she should have known that. Maybe she's like Amber Heard and just she has a different view of reality.
Yeah.
Nothing applies to me. Well, didn't you just say this on this recording? No, that's not what I said.
Yeah.
We just heard you say it. No, that's
not
not
what
what
I
I
meant.
said. That's not what I meant. I use pledge and donate synonymously. What?
The day Sam testified and the day they read the verdict, Sam did not want to be talked to, touched, nothing.
No, yeah.
She did not want anybody to hug her or nothing. She was very,
Sensitive.
yeah.
I can see that.
His testimony, it's the
Laura
only time I cried in
says-
court.
We're not calling 911. I want the son of a bitch dead.
She meant it, too, according to Morissette. He told the jury that for emphasis, Laura had grabbed the knife and started stabbing Craig again.
Morissette goes over and grabs her and pulls her off, and she misses Craig and stabs him in the knee, and that's why there's all that blood at the motel.
And after bandaging his knee at the motel, Marzette said he'd helped Laura load Craig into the back of their van and had driven the body to Albuquerque while she cleaned up the crime scene.
To protect her, he had to help her out. He didn't have a choice. I was his defense.
But would the jury believe it?
Marzette Ferris was convicted of first-degree
Actually, that
murder.
seems kind of plausible.
Marzette was
I don't
sentenced
remember
to
this
life
from
in
last
prison
time.
without parole.
You should
It was
have
a
heard
satisfying outcome for Craig's
he
friends and family.
described the
But it
last-
wasn't Marzette they wanted. It was Laura.
She was so guilty. There was just,
But if you were there and watched him testify, you would feel differently.
Okay.
As
I believe
callous
that.
as he was, and he was making details about how he seen the knife moving up and down because Craig was gurgling for his blood and all that, how he described it with no, like, very gross detail. It was like, and he, not emotional or nothing.
Yeah. I can see that
If you were
because
roped into that, I feel like you would have a level of guilt after the fact.
yeah.
That you would cry. I can't believe I fell for what she was selling.
Yeah, no, I can see what you're saying because, like with the Amber Heard trial, if you just go back and read the court transcript about what she said and how she, or not even how she said it, but if you just go back and read the court transcript and you didn't see her on the stand,
Right.
like you read the transcript and you're like, oh my God, how did Johnny Depp win this?
Yeah.
He was brutal and blah blah blah, but if you watch it and you see her and you're like, you're lying.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what the words are you're saying. You're lying. I can see that you're lying and you're acting and whatever. So yeah, I can see that. It's like
feel
what he said based on how he said it.
Yes.
And how he portrayed
Like,
himself
you must,
on the
I
stand.
mean, you have to. I feel like you would have to kill tons of people before you get that desensitized.
That callous?
Watching,
Yeah.
callous and watching somebody's taking their last breath and just sitting there doing nothing. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I seen his neck move up and down, or he was gurgling, and no,
Yeah, I can see that.
just like no emotion, didn't give a shit.
Hey, that's
Laura's
the
trial
Prescott
began on
courthouse.
March 5th, 2015.
This is an email from Laura to Marzette. It says, "Okay, Trey, here's my life. He just announced to Sam and blank, and however many neighbors could hear that I'm on the rag, and left a bloody rag in the bathroom. Need I say any more? Question mark, question mark. This is what I deal with because you talk to someone on Facebook. Yeah, welcome to my reality. This man needs to fucking die. Yeah, awful, I know. Abuse, you think? I'm done and ready to kill the ass.
Hole.
Laura.
Asshole.
Asshole, sorry." And then it says L. Laura.
And what's that down there? Her phone number?
Her phone number.
Why did she put her phone number?
It probably automatically fills it in.
Oh.
I don't know.
From Laura Harner, sent Saturday, October 9, 2010.
And
Subject, call this respect.
This
Wow.
was, this is totally a lie. You know, she's just making up shit.
Yeah, she's lying. She's
I
manipulating
lived
him.
across
She's,
the street for them for years. Although they fought, he never talked like that.
yeah,
Like,
they argue, but he
yeah,
wasn't like that.
He was not like that
And
at
he would
all.
not announce to the neighbor she's on the rag.
No.
And, yeah, no. And yeah, this is like Amber Heard. She's like Amber Heard. She's got borderline personality or something like that. But she's just like Amber Heard. She believes what she thinks. She thinks she lays out something in her head of how it happened, and she believes it, and she sticks to it.
Yeah.
Because she's narcissistic too.
The email said that he was physically, sexually abusive.
Craig's friends and family were
That's my baby.
outraged by the claim.
there was no evidence of that. There was never a police report on that.
I'm
None of
surprised
the
you weren't
neighbors
too
saw
nervous
it.
to go on
Craig never
camera.
hit her. He would never fight back.
The way they had it set up, it was
Laura
very.
and Craig's daughter never saw any evidence.
The way they had the camera set up and did the interview, it was very comfortable.
Whether it was Marzette,
Oh.
Laura, or both of them that stabbed Craig to death,
Good
the
Lord, she
prosecutors
looks rough.
couldn't say. But did it really matter
She didn't
whose
look
hand
like that
held the
before, though,
knife?
did she? Really?
No,
Not
she
convinced?
She's co-conspirator, whether she's the one who
She
stabbed
looks like
him
she
or
should be
not.
in Wicked.
That's what the prosecution claimed, at least. And
Yeah, that's Raymond in the middle. You can tell because his head's cut off. He's so tall.
Was also an indication of his character.
Is that your backyard?
When they came back with that
Is it?
it freed
No.
my
That's,
brother
Okay.
from that
person's
stigma
house they
that
worked on.
she
Oh,
believed
okay.
that he was a bad guy. He's not a bad guy.
Instead, he was simply worth more to Laura dead than alive.